Yo, 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 what's going on, good people? What is happening? Um, Welcome to the Bottom of the Bottle podcast, the newly award-winning Bottom of the Bottle podcast. Kudos and cheers to you, my brother.
Yeah, kudos and cheers to you too.
Indeed, indeed, my brother was able to be in attendance at the Metro Music Award, local music award here in South Carolina, where we were recognized as best podcast for 2023, and I came front. That shit made me feel some kind of way.
Some
How you
kind of
feel?
I feel that type of way with how to what's the name said it? God dog it. I just had it some type of way. Make me feel some type of way. I can't think of his
Oh,
name.
yeah, Rich Homie,
Yeah, Rich Homie
little,
Quan.
I'm
Rich
about to
Homie
say Rich
Quan.
Homie, little miscellaneous rap dude.
Yeah, Rich Homie Quan. Yeah, Miss Lane, he be popping a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you gave a dope speech, man. You thanked everybody. I want to take my time to say, um, yeah, man, you always got to thank God, man, the Most High, for putting you in a place and being able to be recognized for doing something that you love to do. But more importantly, man, everybody that went out and voted, everybody that tunes in with us on a regular basis, um, people in the industry, the Cosign podcast, Venom, Under the Tree podcast. You watch these award shows, they'd be like, I can't name everybody. You can't.
You
You
can't.
can't. So I appreciate everybody that made us feel like they was rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all in a real way.
Somebody I didn't give a shout out to until like I just thought about it just now. You didn't give a shout out to your partner. He redid our intro, gave us some other stuff, and once again, I wasn't able to think of everybody, but give your partner a shout out.
Mr. Black,
Mr. Black.
Blackbeard, man, I've been rocking with this dude since the 90s, the 90s, bro. So this is a lifelong friend of mine, man. He don't haul. If he say he gonna do something, he gonna do something. Even when I don't ask him to do something. He been looking out for me for my entire life. So big shout out to Block QUE, Plantation Productions. Uh, yeah, in a real way.
Yeah, that's what's up. I always leave him out, so I gotta stop leaving him out. But it's so many people. Like when I was up there, man, I ain't gonna lie, my mind went blank.
Yeah, you know. I see you've been working on your public speaking, cuz you wasn't fidgeting or nothing.
No, I wasn't shit. I couldn't, man. That stage was small as hell. I was big up there.
You big everywhere, nigga. So, but I know the feeling. I be on the same type shit. I got a revolving door at work because that thing rejects me at least twice a day.
Man, I got that heavy ass door where it opened backwards.
Oh
so
yeah.
You got to pull it, and I always walk dead into that bitch, thinking that bitch. I'm trying to push, and that bitch supposed to be a pull.
Well, you know, big people struggle.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the world, man. I'm not gonna get into politics of it all. Yeah, what up, though? Everybody that's tuning in, what up, though? Hit the like button right now. Share it right now. Like it. Turn your notifications on. All that social media content creator talk, man. Do that stuff, please. But right now in the community, and don't get it twisted, man. I am the product of a black woman. I am the son of a black woman. I love y'all. But some of y'all representatives have put y'all on blast this weekend.
Indeed.
So we gonna talk about a little bit of it. I'm gonna let a couple videos play. I know some of y'all probably tired of this shit, but y'all just acting like y'all tired. Y'all be tuning in to the ignorant shit all the goddamn time. So first up.
A few weeks ago, out with my friends. This nigga been texting me for weeks talking to himself. Why I didn't block him? Bitch, I don't know. But today I was bored and I had time, so he texted me like, can we meet for drinks? And I'm like, yeah, meet me here. They got the best fucking oysters in Atlanta, like, hands down. So I'm like, yes, I can get some content. Come on. Y'all, when the fourth one came out, he was looking at me crazy. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, baby, you invited me out. I'm gonna eat, and I was coming anyway. But I ain't gonna lie. No, I wouldn't have did all that, but I did do all that. It was so good. I was not expecting it to be that good. It was just so good. Like, I had to. It was so good. So after that, I'm like, baby, what's next? What I'm about to eat? These potatoes, they were so good. And the crab cakes, everything was so good. 10, baby. Why the fuck this bitch ass nigga say he going to the bathroom and never come back? The fuck? I'm like,
Okay. If you hadn't seen that, man, first off, I don't know if I can rock with you. You just sat down and ate 40 plus extra large boogers. Your stomach tore up. Your stomach, like, I get it. You was just going to, G off of a dude. You assumed that he was going to do what he was going to do. And at the end, you saw that he disappeared on her ass. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what make people feel so entitled. You know what I'm saying? And you the same person. She a content creator, obviously. You the same person that'll use your platform to disparage other black men. You know what I'm saying? How you feel after watching that?
She slack as hell, and I agree with Ariel. She slack as hell. I agree with who said that her breath stink? Lisa said her breath stink. Ariel said that stomach bubbling. I agree with both of them, but trying to use people, man, in this day and age with the price of everything, man, that shit fucked up, man. Like she already knew what her intentions were. And I think that's the other part. Like you already knew what your intentions was.
You said her sit down air ain't right. Oh shit.
Yeah. I just think with like you had bad intentions from the beginning. Like what you expect? You just mad that he shitted on you before you shitted on him. That would have come down to.
Yeah, clearly you wasn't about to do no after. You know what I'm saying? No adult activities on a stomach full of goddamn. You can't do that on TV slide.
Yeah, you slurping and your boo boo gonna be blurping.
She got bad seawater and the toilet water gonna hit her in the ass.
Yeah, and she got Tabasco sauce or some like you slag as hell. You slag as hell.
Now I ain't gonna lie, cause the way she slurped that thing, I was interested for a minute. But I still was.
Yeah, as a man, that sounded enticing. That slurp sounded enticing.
But also, you ate 40 plus extra large boogers. Like, and I ain't gonna front. I fuck with oysters. And I can eat, cuz. Ain't no way I'm eating 48 oysters. It just ain't no way.
She gonna be the first one talking about a man throw off her pH balance. No, you did that shit.
I can't even say that word. Hyperlipidemia? What is that?
That's the medical term, must be. And so, I hope that's how you spell it right, because I can't even tell you spelled it wrong.
That's wild, man. But again, that was just one of the representatives, man. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to our next personality.
Got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at,
Nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong.
I will die. That's embarrassing.
Then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria, especially if I'm paying for the whole thing. Maybe we're not right for each other. But respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh, no, he didn't.
You're asking her on a date, so you take her where you want to go at. If that's your favorite restaurant.
I've been to the Cheesecake Factory. I do agree that the Cheesecake Factory is overrated. Unless you really go in there for cheesecake, I really don't see the point. You could go to Applebee's or Chili's and get a lot more bang for your buck. But I can't go in there, I'll die.
Yeah.
That's a bit much, man.
Yeah, that's very drastic. And first of all, I'm with you. Cheesecake Factory ain't all that. If I want a cheesecake, y'all know me. If you follow my personal, I'm always posting my cousin's cakes. I'll just ride an extra 20 minutes, go get one of his cakes, cheesecakes, you know. Cakes by John. Cakes by John.
Indeed.
Little plug in there, Cakes by John. He should push her out the car. All right, he ain't got to push her out the car. Just ask her to get out and leave.
Well, she locked her. That's not the whole video. The video is she locked herself inside his car.
Yeah, I saw that. But
again, the sense of entitlement, and this is not even just directed at these women. The sense of entitlement in the world is off the fucking Richter. And people got to get right. So you see the comment, she was an hour late to the place that he wanted to take her. You feel me? So his concession was, after you can't push her, you made a reservation for a reason. So when that doesn't happen, then that was the concession. And she couldn't even concede. I don't even get it.
Bro, like we were supposed to do something over the weekend for Tonio's birthday, and I was going to reserve a restaurant. They said we need an exact head count because it's going to go on your credit card, and every head that don't show, you owe us $15 a head. So if she was an hour late, depending on where they at, he probably already had to pay for that meal.
Right.
Oh no, man. Oh no. I hate to say this, but he could drop off and go find a hood chick. He ain't got to find no hood chick. He can go
He ain't got to drop her off. He could have just left her ass.
But she ain't gonna get out the car. She be the type to call the cops on her too. I'm gonna get my brothers to kick your ass.
Well, that's fine too.
Yeah,
that's fine too.
I'll tell you,
I know people.
First time at the Cheesecake Factory, old broke ass.
I ain't gonna say. And then she made another video. I didn't get it. I didn't have enough time to upload her reaction to the reaction that she's getting, and it's a whole bunch of nothing. You feel me? But that was number 2. So here we go with our final representative of the week.
The Queen.
I'm always going to be by Will's side. We don't want to be in this lifetime without one another.
A letter from Will. Congrats, Dink. I just turned the final page of Worthy. And damn. It is amazing to realize that despite having lived most of my life by your side, I still found myself shocked and stunned and caught off guard, laughing, then inspired, then heartbroken. I was all over the place. It's one thing to hear anecdotes at a family barbecue, but it was truly overwhelming to take in your story potently condensed in this way. You are one of one, a rare blend of power and delicate sensitivity. I know it wasn't easy to excavate the depths in that way. I applaud and honor you. If I had read...
Okay. I'm a reader in between the lines. He spent more than most of his life with this woman. How are you shocking somebody that you've been with for what, 30 years, almost 30 years now? Mm-hmm. How are you shocking somebody You know what I'm saying? Read between the lines. I'm gonna let it play again, and I want y'all to put y'all thinking caps on and see if you can translate what Will is really saying, because it's a lot of shock in his comments. I'm gonna go one more time.
I'm always going to be by Will's side. We don't want to be in this lifetime without one another.
A letter from Will. Congrats, Dink. I just turned the final page of Worthy. And damn. It is amazing to realize that despite having lived most of my life by your side, I still found myself shocked and stunned and caught off guard. Laughing, then inspired, then heartbroken. I was all over the place. It's one thing to hear anecdotes at a family barbecue, but it was truly overwhelming to take in your story potently condensed in this way.
He's saying how he feel, and he meaning what he say. No matter how. Say again.
Go ahead. I'm about to say, you know how Will say. You know how Will say, "Damn." He didn't say it the way she said, "Damn." He said, "Damn," like, "What the fuck, man?"
Right. And this is the thing, man. Are these your queens? Are these your queens? Don't get it twisted. It's a lot of dope, promising, educated, emotionally stable, and available Black women out here. This is not me bashing, but these are the people in the news right now. And these are the people that our young people see, look up to, aspire to be, and basically we watching one of the people that should be. Charles Barkley said it, you know what I'm saying? I'm no role model. And I really, the older I get, I understand that shit more. But these are the people that we see. These are the people that other people model themselves on. I really feel like, say again?
Go ahead, my bad.
I really feel like you got a lot of gall having a red table talk and being the person trying to help people through emotional shit. When you've been publicly married and in love with a dead motherfucker, rest in peace, Tupac, with a dead person, well, as long as you've been married.
Like, I wanted to ask you, we do put Will and Jada on the pedestal as a Black culture. We have. Not every Black person done it, but as a whole Black culture, we thought their relationship was something. Is it more shocking for the women to see Jada ain't shit, or for a man to see Will like, damn, put your foot down? And one more thing, while you think, hey, we're gonna do something a little different tonight. I'm about to put the post. Hey, everybody gonna give y'all a chance to come on here live. Just we gonna
hit the link if you want to chime in. You can turn your camera off and we can still hear you if you're not presentable. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You can turn your cam off, but we're gonna try to keep everybody's chance with a load so we can get as many people on. So we'll allow you to come on, state how you feel, and then we'll bring somebody else on. But if you want to get on real quick, that's the link. But go ahead.
I feel like
that's Alicia's word right there. That unsavory.
Unsavory. That's my word, Alicia. I feel like Will is in a position where you get used to shit. As you get older, you get used to that pain in your foot. You know what I'm saying? You on a long walk and you get a rock in your shoe. It don't stop hurting, but you can't take the rock out. You keep moving. I feel like that's Will's shit. I feel like she wrote that book and he didn't know. He probably knew she was writing a book, but he probably didn't know the type of angle she was going with. Say again?
My bad. Go ahead.
No, you good.
So much shit wrong. Like, do you think she wrote the book as far as I am woman, not hear me roar, but this is my story from a woman's perspective? Or did she write that book to be relevant? Like, instead of using social media that way, she went the book route.
Was Jada's last movie is Girls Trip. She wasn't even the star of that movie.
They were supposed to come out with part 2, never did. But
So she wasn't the star of Girls Trip. That was Tiffany Haddish's moment. And, you know, big up to Tiffany Haddish. No matter what she got going on, she made the movie funny. So before that, she was in The Matrix. She wasn't a star in that movie.
I think they said Will got her into that.
Okay. So can you think of anything before The Matrix?
No, because there was a big gap. That wasn't so big when they said she got on The Matrix.
So she went Different World, Woo, Low Down Dirty Shame, or Different World, Low Down Dirty Shame, Woo. And then basically she is in a relationship. Okay, set it off. That's probably her most
memorable, other than Different World.
Pivotal. That's the role probably people will say about more than anything. Meanwhile, she's married to, even when he do something bad, he still make $1 billion fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? I think it is relevancy. And then on top of that, her kids is more famous than her.
Her kids are way more famous than her.
Again, yeah. Jada has whatever vision she see it as. It's emasculation. It's not honorable. Elisa, high five. It's unsavory. It's unsavory. Every public thing that you've done where you bring him into it, he is never looking good.
Hey,
what's the last thing you can recall her patting Will on the back for doing?
Not a damn thing, because like his little shits he be doing where he deep diving, he be doing that shit by himself.
Right.
Like his shit where he going to. But real quick, so Jada Pinkett Smith has gotten credits for Madagascar 3,
okay.
Girls Trip, Madagascar 2, Bad Moms, Collateral. I forgot about Collateral. Woo, Set It Off, Scream 2, The Matrix Resurrection. We forgot about The Nutty Professor. Kingdom Come, Madagascar, Reign Over Me, Jason's Lyric, forgot about Jason's Lyric, Tales from the Crypt, Boombazzle, Madagascar Again, Low Down Dirty Shame, The Women, Human Contract, Return to Paradise, Ali, Inkwell, Princess, Monarchy, Maniac, Maggie, and the infamous Mr. Society. Those are movie credits.
So I would say she was the star of Minister Society. She would have been the star of Minister Society if it hadn't been for Old Dog.
That comment. She died at the
She did. You didn't see her in 3 of the movies. That's Madagascar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't do TV shows. If y'all want me to look up TV shows, I can.
I mean, she just guest starring on shit. The only TV show that she was in regular was Different World.
Hawthorne.
And Hawthorne. Hawthorne was pretty good. Hawthorne was pretty good.
I ain't watching Queen Cleopatra, The Red Table Talk, Hawthorne, Gotham, Players, Different World, Sunday Night, Ultrasound, Oprah's Big Something, New York, Graham, something. That's it.
This is what I'll say. It's never all right to emasculate your man. This is the partner that you chose. This is the person you chose to be with. It's never all right. And I don't care what the relationship is. Man, woman, whatever the case, whatever your relationship dynamic is. You're not supposed to emasculate the other person. And that's what she has done. You feel me? I, again, can't think of a time where she was on the camera by herself and mentioned her. Like, she say nice shit, but it's to the detriment of who this man is as a person.
Where's she from?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. That is right, because on a different world, that's where Pop came from, was Baltimore.
Baltimore.
So is she the hood chick that made it in life to a certain status and never got rid of that shit?
I think as the public, we inflated her sense of importance. I think when we put that relationship on a pedestal, it gave her gas. You know what I'm saying? And as she did not do the things that Will did, and she had children, and she was, you know, if we hadn't heard none of this shit, we would still be putting Jada on a pedestal. So the backlash that she's getting is really her fault. Nobody can feel sorry for you when you keep when the same shit keep coming up about you.
But is it that her? She's wants the attention because Will is everywhere. Will is everything. Is it like a what's her name? Curry, Steph Curry, lady, where she feel like she's left out, like she's not wanted, where she's not heard, where she's not getting the same.
I think it's part of that, but she could use his resources to do a lot of good shit.
Alicia saying we thinking too deep.
Okay, so come on with it. Come on, you family to the show. If you have a moment, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, night break.
Say what now?
She night break.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm not gonna spend the whole show like doing the whole shit. Like,
yeah, we're not bashing women. We just bashing these women.
I don't know. I'm bashing the first two.
No, I'll be bashing all three. But it's the realization. Like I tell people, like there's no movies encouraging good fathers, good family men. None of that lately. TV shows, movies, there's none of that lately of them encouraging it. There's a lot of women saying they made it on their own. And then there's other women who are in relationships saying, I could have made it on my own.
Right.
And I think there's blurred lines in between the two because some people are done by circumstances and some people ain't. Like your circumstances made you in that situation.
What up, though?
Hey, can y'all hear me? Okay?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
I'm about to turn my ring light off.
I got earbuds on. You know what? You wouldn't be healthy if you weren't picking at my complexion. It's okay though. I'm glad.
So why are we overthinking this thing? I think she froze. Okay.
Yeah.
You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
So why you feel like we overthinking it?
Because these people are in show business, and we got to think about what happened when Will slapped Chris Rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will, and let's bump all that. Let's go back to what is it, the early 2000s or whatever, when they came out and said that they were in an open marriage. See, we forgot about that. We forgot about the fact that they said that they were in an open marriage. If you already declared that from the beginning, then why is it a big deal whenever it's stated that you are sleeping with all these other people? Like, why is it a big deal? They declared that from the beginning. Will chose this. Both of them are entertainers. We've already pointed out the fact that she has a lackluster career. Her resume is very lackluster. So, okay, whenever he slapped Chris Rock, he had a book out. His book sales shot up. Okay, she did this mess, and here she is with a book. Who cares? I mean, ultimately, all of these women, I'm kind of sick of seeing anything about them, because I don't even think it's about emasculating Will. Will Smith ain't got no issues when it comes down to Jada, and I don't really think he worried about it like that. You know, this man could completely drop her and start over again, and his stock is going to rise. It doesn't matter.
Hold on. So I would agree with that, except for Will's face at the Red Table Talk. That meme is going to live forever. It's going to live forever. If he didn't care, he wouldn't have been at that table like that.
Can I tell you this?
Okay.
This dude is a thespian. Like, why are we impressed by tears?
I
Like,
love women too.
he's not just an actor. Like, Will is actually a decent actor. He is actually a decent actor. Why are we moved by his tears on Red Table Talk? I mean, he could channel the personality of a person who cares. I don't think it's that deep. I really don't think it's that deep. None of this stuff is a surprise. We just not finding out. This dude, come on now. Come
That's
on now.
perspective. That's good perspective.
And who is Will sleeping with?
It might be because
doing his job.
Yeah, it could be the way the camera light. Because some people emotions get caught up when the camera light on in the moment. Like he could have been on some Jada gonna be Jada. I don't care. I'm gonna come support her. It ain't gonna be that real. And then when you get there and the lights are on and you realize you really record, then you start getting in your feelings like, I know I done fucked up by coming here. Like I shouldn't have came here.
Okay. Hold on.
Hey, I got a question because she brought up a very good point. Right? She said, "Who?" And this is why I jumped on here real quick. She said, "Who is Will sleeping with?" But I think in that part of the point, Will ain't saying nothing. Right? It's Jada that's putting all the business out there. So what happened to keeping your business in the house? Right?
True that.
Right now, I understand what, and she said this. A part of it, I think, is about book sales. Right? It's about
absolutely
about book sales. But at the end of the day, we which I really don't care about this, but everybody is talking about it. But she's making this man look crazy, and he didn't say anything. It's her that's always putting the business out.
Okay. I feel, and no, you've given great perspective, Alicia. Welcome, Kendra. Long time no see. What's happening with you?
Hey people, hey sis, hey fam, hey y'all.
All right now. What you got to add to the thing?
Because you have to look at it like this.
Hey, Kendra, your volume low. Kendra, your volume low. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. It's just low.
Okay, I don't have my I can't.
She might have to go in and adjust her mic. She might have to go back out, adjust her mic, and then come back in.
All right,
you heard her?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
Yeah, she might have to go back out, go into the settings, and then adjust her mic, and then come back in.
Okay.
So this is what I'll say until she get back, and we can all pontificate on that.
You be using Dutch fort words. See, Alicia proud, man. She put her head in there.
I mean, I'm just saying. Again, I read books, man. Y'all should read books too. It's not overrated. Read a book or two.
We're gonna learn hyperlipidemia. Hyperlipidemia.
I'm glad you said it because I would have never known.
Hyperlipidemia. That's high cholesterol.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is what I'm gonna go back to, and this is what I thought about when it was first when this whole her book and all this shit came out. J and B made a bunch of fucking money doing lemonade.
Yep.
And I feel like people understood the genius of what they did, and they are doing horrible imitations of it. That's what I feel like.
So are you saying the open of the relationship in the public, whether it's on purpose or accident, they made it work?
I don't think they intentionally leaked the video, the elevator shit.
Yeah.
But when it leaked, I think business wines went into play. Mm-hmm. And she was going to sell a bunch of records any fucking way, but she sold way more, gained way more fans in that moment.
Well, what I would say to contradict, to go inside of that, that's like, and I know it's not the same, but the T.I. and Tiny shit. T.I. shit went up. Mm-hmm. Tiny got booked more.
But that was after. That was after Lemonade.
But what I'm saying is, you talking about relationships out in the open after like some kind of problem. T.I. shit went up. Tiny shit went up. Floyd had a fight coming up. That went up. Like, so do you think publicists, social media, the managers, everybody's on some. All right, this might sting, but we need to let it out.
Absolutely. They've been doing it since forever. Remember the whole Nipplegate thing that happened with Janet Jackson at Super Bowl? Like all of that wardrobe malfunction, that was not a malfunction. All of this stuff is is planned. You can't tell me as much money as they put into the stuff that they doing. You mean to tell me that your scenes are that that flimsy to where him doing a simple move is going to take off the whole cup from your breast? Like, come on. All of this stuff is about free publicity. Anytime somebody has your name in their mouth, that's publicity. Jada Pinkett Smith has had way more play this week than she deserves. And I mean, she just, I hate calling people out their name, but really right now, she's just a tired hoe. I mean, it's like, why do we care? My thing is, why do we care?
My bad, though.
Now, I feel you. I mean, and not to keep the conversation where it's at, because, again, I mean, people gonna think what they gonna think. The people that think we bashing, they gonna continue to think we bashing. But the bigger conversation is, what do we do to foster those healthy relationships so that this is not? I mean, the media is gonna do what they gonna do, but in real life, what we doing? You know what I'm
Stop
saying?
watching TV. That's what we need to stop doing. We need to stop paying attention. Real talk, man. We need to stop paying attention to these freaking celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about like all the Real Housewife, R&B, hip hop diva shows, half of them ain't even wives. You know what I'm saying? So we need to quit watching TV and looking at these celebrities, man, because a lot of the stuff that we see is toxic, right? And we need to stick to, what grandmama and them, and granddaddy and them did, that type of love that they try to teach and teach us, man. I'm telling you, because TV is killing us.
Right.
Well, that's
in a
what,
real way.
that's what I'm saying. If TV's not going away, but they need to bring back some more TV family friendly building stuff back on TV. And I understand it'll be a very small market, but it'll be a very loyal market where you have 50,000 viewers every TV.
They don't care about 50,000. They talking about 50 million. They don't care about 50,000. And it's the same thing with music. Like, I have a bad habit of saying it's a bunch of trash music out there, but it is where you look.
Right.
You don't have to listen. It is a bunch of trash music out, but you don't have to listen to it.
But bro, you're correct. But guess what? It's what's being pumped in the mainstream.
And that's what I'm saying.
Think about when we were growing up. We can talk about a TV show. So think about when we were growing up. We had options, right? You had your 2 Live Crews, you had your NWAs, but you also had your Public Enemies and your Poor Righteous Teachers. We had options, right? And we didn't have to look that hard to find it. So when it comes down to what we see nowadays, even on like with the music and TV, you have to look extremely hard, with the exception of maybe Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, right? But then you got your Big Crits and some of them other guys out there that's doing your kind. Bro, it's hard to find. Everything that we see is toxic, and that's what they're pushing on us. So
For sure.
We don't have the options no more. We got to search for it.
All right, let's get back to Miss Kendra and let her say her piece.
Now you all talking about TVs and music, and it's like I got a good bit to say about that because it's all a conspiracy. It's all a conspiracy in how they want things to be portrayed to certain areas. So you have to look at it. Back in the 70s, the only way we saw ourselves from the 70s before was as maids, as cooks, until Claudia came out in the 60s with Diane Carroll. Then we saw ourselves as being able to be a nurse. It wasn't until the Cosby Show came back out, or when the Cosby Show came out in the 80s, that Black people on TV were actually portrayed as professionals. Right. But they were still middle class. They were portrayed as professional, but middle class with still a large family. And the whole family structure broke down in the 90s when it was more so of what did you see a lot more of? Single people living together. and they push that agenda. It's all about the agenda that they want to push to tear down the family, to break down the families and the whole family structure. Same
And just
thing
to
with
add to
music.
that, just to add to that, now that you put the segue into music, like look at Beyonce and Jay-Z. A lot of people, Lord, don't do that on my forehead, y'all. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't really. Me personally, okay, I'm not a Beyonce fan. Simply because of what
You
she
trying to
is
get
putting out
cancer?
there.
Yeah, you trying to get
That's
us canceled.
fine.
You know that
Right?
beehive.
I ain't relevant now. What you talking about? But the thing is, the thing is that I think that she's a far greater talent than what she's actually putting out there. And what she is putting out there is what the people salivate on. And the same thing goes when it comes down to television. Like we could put savory television out there. We could increase the number of shows that are supportive of the black family or the urban family or just family period. The nuclear husband and wife structure of a family. We could do that, but are we going to be entertained by that? Because the only reason why TV, the things that we see on TV right now are relevant because it has our ear, and it has the ear of the masses. But if we in as a mass or mass of people shut it off, then they have to respond. The stock market is based upon emotions. Television, entertainment is all based upon emotions. But then the responses that they give, of course, they're feeding us this stuff and we're eating it. We don't have to eat what we're fed. Personally, I don't watch television. I don't even listen to the radio. I choose what I listen to. Now I will listen to ratchet music. I ain't gonna lie. I do that. I listen to ratchet music to get myself hype in the morning. Sometimes I don't. At the same time, I introduce my kids to music that I grew up on that I think is decent music and it's good hip hop that they can, that they relate to. They listen to old R&B as well. It's all about what you are putting out there and also understanding the responsibility as an artist. But again, they're fed by the industry. Everything that Jay-Z and Beyonce do is based on a dollar. Yeah, they put some of them dollars back in other people's pockets and they help a lot of people. They do. But at the same time, still, these people they're capitalizing on all of this. Will and Jada are doing the same thing. They just can't do it like Jay-Z and Beyonce. You got two people who are the greatest in the industry of music. Not because the industry pumped them up to be that way, but because they really do have the talent. Yet when is Jay-Z might put out some serious lyrics once every other year. He might put out a song where he's really showing his talent. When his pen is really like he puts out a song like that, whether he's featured on somebody's song or whatever, he will really put some serious work in and put it out there once every other year, maybe. But for the most part, he's not really working hard.
This
His
is what
money
I
is working for him right now. Same thing
absolutely.
with Beyonce.
Y'all see this? What y'all saying?
Hold
Read
on.
this book. Read this book. It's called Brainwash, right? Challenging the myth of black inferiority. So what y'all saying about TV and the images and all, it's in this book. Read this book, right? We talking about earlier, somebody said was talking about reading. This is the book that you want to read, right? It talks
Did
about
you
all
write
that.
it? Did you write that book?
No, I didn't write the book.
Do you know the
I
brother
just,
who wrote the book?
I don't know if Tom Burrell
You
is
could go
black or
back to
not.
the Willie Lynch letters and read the Willie Lynch letters, and that'll tell you what's going on in society.
Okay,
I
see
was
In
gonna
now
my
ask.
personal opinion.
we
I was
getting
gonna.
heavy.
We got to be
Yeah.
well. But see, okay. I don't want to go ahead. We got to be
No, no,
careful
no,
about.
no, no. I mean, bro, this is what
Okay.
this platform is for. We not here to have clickbait on the bullshit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No,
So I got.
Never be unsavory.
But here's the thing about the Willie Lynch letter. There's some questions about its authenticity,
For
right?
sure.
Understand that, and I do. I know that there's questions about the authenticity of the letters, but at the same time, at the time that it was written, and looking at how society has taken shape in the family unit, it is still relevant.
So you saying the
Regardless if
concept.
it's fact or fiction, it is still relevant to things that have been happening, how the family unit has broken down over the decades and throughout the generation.
The emasculation of men.
So she talks to the concepts of the letter.
The
The
concepts of the letter.
concept of the letters, but not necessarily the facts, because there's a lot of. I mean, if that's the case, if we want to question if something is authentic or not, then we can go back and question the history books and see if those are authentic or not.
That part.
But they not. We already know
And
that.
they-
Exactly.
Speaking of plugs for books,
Okay, let's see.
People's
Let's
History
see
of
what
the
you
United
got.
States of America. It's a People's History of the
So
United
let
States.
me ask,
I done told you about doing it on my
let me ask y'all
forehead,
this.
man. You don't love me. See, I show you love on top. Why you do
Don't
that?
do that, man. Yeah, it's okay. Your forehead is everywhere. It's all right.
You right.
Hey,
Don't be talking about my sister like that. Hold on now.
Oh Lord.
Kendra,
hey,
I
y'all
am.
sisters, 'cause
I
y'all look
appreciate
alike.
it, but I am not in denial. My forehead is massive. It's okay. It's all right.
Both of y'all got the
It's
same
okay.
forehead.
It's okay.
Y'all
I
got
keep
eight.
my
Hey,
throat
we got an
head.
eight. We got an 8K on this screen.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that man.
it's a
It's a
five head,
fine
like Mike
head.
Epps said. But no, in a real way, like these are the discussions that we gotta understand and also put on display. Leave record.
Right.
That's again what this podcast is about. I had a conversation with my mother about the state of the world that we in and how much we contribute to our mental and emotional instability. Now, Alicia said something that people need to understand, and it took me a while to understand. In the midst of the pandemic, I'm trying to keep up with everything that's going on. I'm listening to the news. I'm not listening to just one news outlet, but I'm sucked into the politics of it all until my social media timelines look like Trump, Trump, uh, black men dying, Trump, black men dying, and I'm not understanding the toxicity that I'm ingesting, and I'm the one who is programming what I'm eating. You feel me? So, and I say it all the time. I have to break that shit up. Yes, I want to be in the know of what's going on, but also let's balance this shit out. Like, let's put some fucking puppy videos in that motherfucker. And I don't like cats, but kittens is kind of cool. And fish in the aquarium. Like, we gotta balance out the amount of what the algorithm does.
Mhm.
This algorithm is working when you think it's not. It's working all the time, and you're the one programming the shit that you're ingesting.
I wanted to ask that. We talked about it a couple times. I started studying. C has mentioned it before. So over the last 10, 15, 20 years, it's been a woman, I can raise a son, or I can raise a daughter, I can raise a family on my own. So it's been said that people's perception is, look at the world we at now. But there's been a lot of women who are single mothers to sons who are not agreeing with the way women are being held accountable these days.
That's real.
They're not wanting their son. Huh?
Go a little deeper. You said that they're not. Like, go deeper. What are they meaning? Like, what are they having? What issues with accountability are they having?
As far as they don't want their son dating old girl that's gonna slurp up all the damn
oysters.
They don't want their son to date old girl that's been at McDonald's for 20 years. They don't want her son or their son to date somebody that's all about looks or all about
social media or twerking or their titties out.
Expressing that, son, you can be a good man. Son, there are good men. Son, your father's not here, but your uncle's a good man. Son, your granddaddy was a great man. But over the years,
y'all been listening to my conversations with my son. Y'all listening to the conversations I be having with my baby.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm saying, like, that's like the foundation. And C has spoke on it too. Like he has stated before, like he sees a young man or even a young woman doing something in the streets not right, he'll step in. But it comes to the fact of not fathers, not brother, a male figure should be in somebody's life.
Can I say something about that? So I was one it's going on 10 years now since I've been apart from my children's father.
Cheesecake Factory.
Separated, divorced, or whatever. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Anyway, it's been 9.5 years or whatever, and I was always concerned about. I had that stigma in my mind that I could not raise my sons by myself. I always had it like I was so concerned about making sure they had male role models in their lives, right? Now, granted, there were some. I got them with a fraternity auxiliary group where they were mentored and so forth. They've been in sports. They've had coaches in their lives and so forth. But just like consistent positive male role models while their dad was getting himself together, right? Thank God he's doing better now. But when I was so fixated on that, I actually shared this with a father in the community, and I was saying how I was concerned about raising them by myself. And he said, hold on. He said, I think that you are capable of raising a man. He said, because my mom did it. He's one who his father passed away when he was 11 years old. His mother didn't date anybody. She didn't, there was nobody really extra around or whatever. And he was like, my mom did it, and I think I turned out all right. And he's correct. And he gave me a different perspective about things. But I think the important part is what you just said, Carolina, is that when we change our conversation to our sons and we actually speaking life, like you guys talk about how I might, post something positive, but like I'm saying the same stuff that I say to my children every day,
in a real way.
In a real way. And, we talk about real stuff, and, I am who I am. I'm animated at times and so forth, but I take responsibility as a mother. And one thing that I had to also realize is that we have to disconnect, we as women, single mothers or what have you, unmarried mothers, we have to disconnect from the thought that we have to be so much more because of someone who isn't. That's a lie. What women are, y'all know I believe in Yahweh, I believe in the Most High. God created us. First man, then woman, taking woman out of man. He didn't replace what he took from man. He made woman a separate entity, and she is to nurture the family. She is to raise the family. She's the incubator of the seed that he puts in, that the man puts inside of her. Her job is to nurture. And even if she is unmarried, if she just continues to nurture that man, that young man, these men that we're raising up, I don't call my sons boys, they're men. If she continues to nurture, hold him accountable, definitely, but continue to nurture to where you're not giving them a skewed look at what women are in their lives. Continue to nurture, give them room to be men, give them room to figure it out, give them room to become who they are. I don't believe that. I mean, I'm not gonna further the message that women can do it by themselves, but definitely let's not get into a moment of desperation because we feel as though we can't. I think as long as we stay in our lane and do what we're supposed to do and don't duplicate hate that's been spoken to us, if we like really take care of home, take care of the core, I believe we will individually, house by house, we have the power to, we might not be able to turn away the masses, but just like you and I can listen to some ratchet music and still not go out here and do the same things that we hear in the song, because we're whole people, we can be amongst this, but not be of it. You know what I mean? We could be in the middle of it all and not become it.
The thing is this.
Well, let me ask you this, Alicia. How do you protect your sons from falling for the lady with the oysters. Like that's kind of where I was going at. Like, how do you protect your son from the cheesecake lady?
You can't.
I'm not that lady.
You can't.
I'm not that lady. We have real conversations. I talk to the girls who talk to my sons. Like, we have conversations. Well, because see, at the same time, every phone in this house belongs to me. If I bought it, it belongs.
That's old school right there.
So every phone, every social media, every text message or whatever, it belongs to me.
Yeah.
And when I don't like what I like, and when I don't like what I see, I start a conversation with my son. Hey, this what you like?
Hey,
You see me do this?
Can I jump in on this real quick?
No, I'm sorry.
Because I had a conversation.
Shit. Did I kick him out? I kicked him out. Hold on.
No, you ain't kick him out.
Oh, okay.
No, you ain't no.
Go ahead.
He done muted himself, must be.
I might have muted him. Hold on. Did I mute him? Okay. My bad.
No. Hey, so what I was saying was I had a conversation that was similar to this today. And what we were talking about is the person I was talking to, single mother, and she was just saying how she raised her boys on her own, right? And I said, well, no, you didn't raise them on your own, right? And what I was getting at is this. You may have raised them, but a lot of times, and at least you kind of hit on this, there was a male figure somewhere, right?
Yep,
Kind of
that's what I was saying.
whether it was a football coach, whether it was a cousin, whether it was an uncle, whether it was a little Junebug down the street, right? But there was always a male figure. And a lot of us who were raised by single mothers, right, had a male figure around somewhere, you know. And a lot of times, and I'm not bashing single mothers. I was raised by one. I love our single mothers. But a lot of times, there is a male figure somewhere around, whether it be a football coach, a basketball coach, like I said, an uncle, cousin, granddaddy, somebody. Right?
Even somebody she dated.
Right. So,
Yep.
and then back to what you were saying, like, how do like protect our sons from the Quisha that was slurping up the 48 oysters? How we protect them and teach them is we have to talk to them. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I'll use like my youngest son. I talk to even though he's up there in Carolina with y'all, I talk to him every single night. And what I do with him is I always make reference back to his mother, right? So when it comes down to women, I ask him, is she pretty like your mama, right? Is she this like your mother? I always make reference back to his mama. So that's how we fix that. We talk to him. You know what I'm saying? We have to talk to these young men. And not only since we talking about boys, but in the same case, we got to talk to these young women too.
That's
right?
all I'm about to say. Hold on, Sia. No, I was gonna ask the two ladies about the daughters. Like, just cause you pointed that, I didn't mean to cut you off, but their response to what you're saying for the daughters, what he was saying for the daughters. You are a Kendra, Alicia or Kendra.
I mean, it's the same thing either way.
Kendra done cooked for the church anniversary just now.
I mean, y'all come on, get a plate. Got some steak and some rice and some gravy.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
I know, right?
I told you, come on, get a plate. You know, I don't eat all this. I don't eat all this. For me, with my daughter, it's a different situation because we're going through some battles, I guess you could say right now. She has allowed social media and the agenda that's being pushed on to kind of influence her. But what I would tell my daughter, I made sure from the moment they were born, I knew that their father was not going to be around. So they had my father, they had my uncles, they had my friends, which were uncles that they can always call and be around, and just to take that time and spend that time with them to teach her her worth, how she should carry herself. Same thing with my son. And it's funny you said that because me and him were in Walmart, I think it was yesterday. And there was a young lady. She was a cute young lady. I could see my son dating her. But she was walking and her shirt was half up. And I told her, I said, if she don't feel no breeze slapping on her little fat rolls, don't bring her home. Don't bring her home to me. Because I'm going to tell her about herself. Because if she can't walk around and have enough respect for herself, just to fix your clothes so your flesh ain't showing. Don't bring her home because your mama may walk around the house looking rough at times, but I'm at home. But you ain't gonna catch me sleeping much in public. So you have to watch how a woman carries herself. With my daughter, I tell her, you are a young lady. Carry yourself with respect. If you want respect, you have to give people something to respect.
What I'm gonna say, and it's just real quick.
Sweetie, I put that steak in there for you. I'm not eating steak.
Every every
Look at the
dude,
comment.
no, every dude, every man, not every man, a lot of men are gonna get trapped off by an unsavory woman.
Mhm.
And part of it is the programming. Part of it is what you see every day, what your levels of beauty are. You know what I'm saying? My mother is a great woman. I have been with some unsavory motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I never lost sight of it, and I had to judge myself in terms of you went into this knowing she was unsavory. You know what I'm saying? Like before you get mad, those are the lessons that you teach. It doesn't mean you stop teaching them. It doesn't mean that you stop teaching those lessons to your son, and you hope that they are grounded in him in a real way. The other thing is, I don't like to say that black women or women can't raise a solid heterosexual man, a man, because I love my father. He my ace. I hadn't seen him in a while. I need to go over there and sit down with him. But he'll tell you, my mother raised me in Carolina. Period.
Right.
Through the formative years of he was in the military, he had obligations. I appreciate everything he did, but he wasn't present every day. So my upbringing, a lot of my ideology comes from my mother. But we can't take for granted that everybody comes from quality women like Kendra or Alicia or my mom. You feel me? And that's where it goes to what C. Hess was saying. It's like when you hear women make those kind of statements, you got to give a little rebuttal. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And you got to keep fostering that because this programming of the world is taking over reasonable thinking people. You feel me? And that don't even say for the people that's on the fringe that don't think reasonably. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
see.
what happened?
No, I was gonna say like I see Shavon. Shavon said her ex boyfriend's mom didn't care what I wore. They didn't like her race, which is crazy because nobody knows back then. Nobody knew what a Samoan was.
Right.
Like who really knew what a Samoan was at that time?
Pacific Islander.
I ain't gonna lie. But people didn't. But people people didn't know what Samoan was. Now I know Shavon used to crip walk and gang bang and keep a sack.
Yes, she did.
And all that. No,
business out there.
I knew she was thug.
Yes, she did.
She
Hey, they probably thought that they probably thought she was Filipino. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, they found
Oh no, she was 6 foot tall at 9 years old.
Yeah,
she wasn't
man.
Filipino.
Shavon big now. She was Shavon about 6 foot. She ain't take no shit. But I kind of understand that, but that's also the ignorance because you can tell that she's of some type of ethnic culture because her skin tone's so dark. So I wouldn't if I was the parent, I wouldn't be mad at that. But to say the mom doesn't care what she wear, our mom would care what clothing a woman has when you walk into the house
and how she speaks.
And how she speaks. So what I would say to y'all two women, to us three men, the representation of a daughter compared to the representation of the son. It seems like we always put out stuff to fix the son. A son needs to do this. A son needs to do that. But what is said to the women that are raising these daughters? What are they asking for? Are they being taught they need the 4 plates of oysters? Are they taught you don't need Cheesecake Factory? what is being taught to the women so it goes along with the men, because the men are being taught one thing and women are being taught. If they're on opposite sides of the spectrum, it's the next future generations are going to be crossed.
Wait, but
They crossed anyway.
Wait, but can I put something else? Okay, can I ask y'all a question? Think about what we see. Okay, so think about this. So we on Old Girl with the Oysters, right? But think about what we see on TV and on, let's say, YouTube or TikTok and all of that. Let's just say these young women, right? What I think that we often forget is that those are the minority of women that we
Agreed.
see.
Yeah,
you know,
agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And we oftentimes mix up that minority with the majority, right?
But
So
that's what social media and TV pick. They pick the minorities instead of the majorities to promote us as a culture.
Right. And that's crazy. I mean, right. And bro, you on point, because and that's the one thing I think that with our young men and women, we'll take the Sexy Reds and the Cardi B's and all these jokers out there, right? Them, and we'll say, man, these young kids ain't this, and that. But then we forget that our HBCUs is packed with the majority, right? The what we see is these kids out here shooting each other up, you know what I'm saying, and killing each other. That's the minority. That ain't the majority. You know what I'm saying? I think we oftentimes get that confused, man. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. And one thing that I'll it's not to, despite what Lisa said, is we always teaching, we want to make, because of the way society sees us as black men, we be pushing that man thing too early on these boys.
Yeah, I would say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's, let's not get it twisted. Our parents and the generations above us, they gave us some toxic shit. The whole fucking, what you were just saying about Shavon, she didn't like her race. Well, Pacific Islanders is
her people, her man people didn't like it.
Okay, so the person she's dating, her people didn't care for her race.
Yeah.
Why was that an issue?
Because if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home.
And how toxic is that shit, though?
Exactly.
I mean, we can't deny the fact that there's still colorism issues in Black America. We cannot deny that. You know, I live it. You know what I mean? I live it. And the thing about it is that, you know,
it's written on your forehead.
I am. It's written on my forehead in black because there is like high contrast. Exactly, because I'm so light. There you go.
You got it, this shit.
Oh, shit.
Put some shades on, man. Listen. But that's the thing. If you know, depending on how you present, and the thing about it is, you know, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to grow and have thick skin. You know, I had to grow up with thick skin. On one side of the family, everybody looks like me. On my other side of the family, nobody looks like me. And so I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch it somewhere. And at the same time, I'm still a black woman, so I catch it from white people. And I can't get excited, you know, because I'm an angry black woman. You know what I'm saying? I catch it from all directions. And the reality of it is that ultimately, instead of it being a thing of me having to get people back or whatever, I'm gonna be who I am. I am who I am in front of my kids. You know, when I thought about when my children were little, when I just had, you know, just one, I thought about what she saw. I thought about how I presented to her. I thought about the words that I spoke to her. And one thing I always wanted to be sure of is that my kids wouldn't look at me one day and say, well, mama, you do it, or you did it. You know, your kids are your mirror. And whatever you're saying to them, they're going to say it back. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're presenting, they're going to present it back. So in spite of me being in this, you know, this complexion and people having to question whether I'm regular black or some kind of other, you know what I'm saying? And
you might be Samoan.
But I'm not. I'm messing with you. But, you know, in spite of all of that, it's all. I think ultimately it comes down to how do you present yourself? How do you hold yourself accountable and making sure that you hold your kids accountable? I never look at my kids and say I feel sorry for them for any reason. Do not feel sorry for your kids because of parents being gone or whatever the case is. Because the same parents who are straight right now, they can come back. And how are you going to receive them? How are you going to teach your kids to receive them? I think we all just have a personal responsibility on what we do every day, how we carry on in front of kids. And you mentioned Cardi B. Personally, I like Cardi B. I like Cardi B because I love the underdog. I love when the underdog can come from under. But I understand. I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying. I believe that Cardi B was operating within what she knew. But she's had multiple times where she's been interviewed and she said, ultimately at the end of the day, I'm just trying to pay my bills. And I'm trying to make sure that my daughters have she's thinking logically. At the same time, she still got the edge of Cardi B. She can't deny that. That is still a part of who she is. But even being Cardi B, she is, personally, I ride for her. And as you see, she's not out there in the public like that anymore. She's actually being a wife and a mom and a businesswoman.
And this is the example of what happens. Cardi B is really the poster child for evolution and what could happen if we were all given the resources that she has.
Right.
Honestly, because while I don't really particularly care for all of her music, I do see a difference in Bodak Yellow Cardi and where she is now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So again, we always have super dope conversations. I love y'all people. I love that y'all contribute to what me and my brother doing. Y'all part of what we doing. I'm gonna go ahead.
Let me ask a question real quick on the way
You
out.
were ever asking a question? Go ahead.
My brother's an intellectual, man. Do it.
I want everybody's opinion. What Jada and Will are going through, would you have?
But we don't know if they're going through anything. Alicia said that.
No. Was put out in the media. If one of your kids were to bring one of their kids home, what is the conversation afterwards? So let's just say they don't warn you. They just be like, hey, I'm going to bring this person home that I like, whatever. We go through each one of everybody, and that's my question. Because is it legacy or is it generational?
Those things are tied together, I feel. But go ahead.
They are. That's what I'm saying. They are. They are tied together. So we'll
I'll
go
jump
see
in.
hands and go around.
Okay. So since I got boys, right? I got 3 boys. So
you bring one. You bring Willow home.
Yes, Willow. Yeah. We ain't bring Jaden.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go there. So look. So let's just say we bring Willow, right? So what I'll have to look at is this, because I think that she's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I got real talk, bro. I got a son. He's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that I love about him is his difference. You see what I'm saying? So what I would have to look at, though, me being a father, is okay, without really knowing, only what I know what they show about like Will and Jada. Okay, how much of your mama's toxicity do you have in you? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I would have to tell him, well, we have to sit and look, because there's this whole saying about apples and trees. You know what I'm saying? So if a mama is truly, I'm just saying, so if a mama is truly like what we see, then I have to say, hey, that apple might not fall too far from the tree. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes if you want to know about what that, and I'm speaking as a man with sons, if you want to know what that daughter's gonna be like, you got to take a look at a mama. If a mama is toxic, she just might be toxic. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a little different, but apples don't typically fall too far from the tree.
For sure.
All right. Kendra, Alicia.
So, thank you, Queen. So I've dealt with this, and I've learned, especially from being a child myself, that
Man, let this lady
Comfortable
talk.
ain't. That thing comfortable ain't. Hey, but what I've learned is that the more that you fight them on something, the harder they're going to cling to it. So
For real.
when we have had the, you know, my boy is handsome, so let me look, let me girls try him every now and then. When we've had some conversations that were on the edge and so forth, it's never about attacking the girl. Like I said, I'll have a conversation if I've had a conversation with a young lady that I just thought was like, I asked her, I was like, why do you treat yourself like that? I asked her, does my son talk to you like that? No, ma'am. He's a perfect gentleman. I said, well, why do you put yourself out there like that? If he's
Mm.
not presenting it to you, why are you presenting yourself like that? That's not how I raised him. And so, you know, with that, that's a conversation I had with her. But at the same time, I asked him about, I asked him, hey, what do you talk about? How do you feel about that? Are there areas that you feel like that they should grow in? We have real conversations about that. And ultimately, they have to make their decisions. Hopefully he ain't on here right now, but I'm not all that sold about my oldest daughter's boyfriend. I'm not all that sold about him. And he's a great guy. Don't mean I love him. I would take him in as my own son, but do I want him for my daughter's husband? They've been together for 4 years. I've made it clear how I feel about what he's doing, and I'm just really sitting back and waiting on him to, to see if he's going to step up to something. And if
What is
he's
stepping
not,
up? Real quick. What's stepping
okay,
up?
he's older than she is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, he appears to kind of like be waiting on her.
Mm.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
she's a second year law school student,
Mm.
and she's out here, she out here doing her thing, man. This girl's working her behind off, and I'm proud of her. And it's honestly, it looks like, I mean, he does work. He does work. He works a full-time job. He has a car. He doesn't quite know what he wants to do in life, but that's no problem. You're a breadwinner, you're doing something. But at
He
the
need to
same
level up.
time, it's like, bruh, can you catch my daughter right now? Because right now, it looks like she gonna catch. And this is not about money. First and foremost, let me say this right now. This is not about money. I am not one who believes that my husband has to make more money than me. Because me personally, I'm gonna be banking. So you know, that's just what it is. And I don't have an issue with that. It's not about that. It's about the direction and the drive in life that I'm concerned
I agree
about
with that.
because
I say effort.
I've lived in a marriage before where my ambition made my partner uncomfortable. And it began to be a thing of he was attacking what I did or
But
he would minimize it.
because of
I'm
what you
sorry.
said, is that because of what you said, is that because people say a man is supposed to, when a man realizes he's making less than he
Leadership and money don't have
yeah,
nothing to do with each other.
Yeah,
but he
that's
deflects. He deflects. But go ahead. My
but
bad.
this is the thing though. But the thing about that is that I don't care what they say because they don't pay my bills or they don't have nothing to do in my house. But like the main thing is like I just don't ascribe to the mainstream message. I just don't do that.
Yeah,
It's not
that's good.
about how much money I make. I can be up this year and down next year. It's not about that. It's about can we support each other? Can my light shine around you and you not feel some kind of way because yours ain't shining as bright right now. But if we serve each other
You see
like
your
we're
skin tone?
supposed to, what's that?
You see your
Say that one
skin
more
tone?
time.
You
You see
so
your skin
look.
Listen,
tone?
once again,
Let's
see
get
that's what I'm
Miss
talking about
Kendrick's
right there.
comments.
I mean,
Let's get Miss Kendrick's comments in here, man. We'll be here all night fooling with y'all.
my bad.
Oh man, my
I swear
bad,
he act
Reese.
like he's
It's
my
all
brother or
jokes.
something. You act like he's my little brother. I love it. I appreciate it.
Now I'm sitting here listening because, in all honesty, going back to the original question, I haven't had to deal with that yet.
Hmm.
I haven't had to deal with that yet. With my son has had, a couple of little girlfriends that he's met and talked to, and I've talked to them on video chat, but it's been more of a, hey, how you doing? Okay. I
Right.
don't like her, she ratchet. That's it. My son right now, he's focused because y'all know me. Y'all know I work. Point blank period.
Yeah, you West
And
Indian.
what can I say? Hey man, time to go to work. You
Okay.
know? Uh yeah, I done added on like three more businesses. So
Mm,
I gotta keep going. But you know, like I said, like with the example at Walmart, I pointed out something about a young lady, just how she cares for herself and how she carries herself. So I'll have little talks like that. When it came to the birds and bees talk, I called his uncles up. I was like, hey, y'all need to handle this part. I can say what I can say. When I was in pure romance, I could talk to them from the educational standpoint, but at the same time, it was y'all need to have this talk with him. He needs to get a male's point of view from it because there's only so much he's going to listen to me as his mom. But I agree with what was said earlier. If you want to know how their daughter's going to act, how do you say? Look at the mama.
for sure.
Look at how the mama acts because and what was also said earlier, kids mimic the parents. They mirror the parents because it's what is taught from generation to generation on how they carry themselves and how they act. So I make sure I set an example for my children. So when I'm out here working, if I'm pressure washing a house, my daughter's out there pressure washing with me. My daughter. If I'm out here cleaning the office building, cleaning the house, my children are out there with me. I do
Leading by
that more
example.
so. Yeah, exactly. So I do that more so they can see, hey, this is what I gotta do now. Your grandmama gone. So this is what I gotta do to keep a roof over our heads. So you're gonna be out here with me. So if you can't find someone who has that same drive and determination, like Alicia said earlier, if they can't match your hustle, don't bring them home.
That's a real.
That
That's
that's the
very real.
main thing. And that's the and I'll look at my son now. He's in his senior year of high school. He stayed home today because he was sick. Other than that, this boy has not missed a day of school. His grandmama died on a Sunday. This boy was up on the bus Monday morning and has been like that since. He don't stop. He keeps going to the point they talk about my son had learning disabilities. This boy is passing all his classes to the point his teachers will come down, meet me in the office, and hug me. He's passing everything. I'm like, who are you? Why
Right.
are you touching me? But it's because he sees me doing. He sees
Right.
his aunt getting up and on the go and working all the time. So that's the example that he's going to go off of. Well, I seen my mama do this. I seen my grandma do this. I seen my aunt do this. So why do I want a woman that's going to treat herself any less than how my mama and my auntie and my grandma did? The same way I am about any man I deal with. If you can't treat me how my father did or better, you don't need to be in my life.
Mm,
Point
that's a
blank,
word.
period.
That's a word, man.
So,
Kendra, you got a
huh?
number one fan on here. You got a number one fan, man. Bro, talking about how you cooking and you
Hey,
coordinating all that. Then he
hey,
said,
probably done
what he
jumped in
say?
the
Yeah,
inbox.
Kendra, the People's Choice Award. Kendra, you
Hey,
working
he
something.
probably
He
done,
the
he
champ.
probably done jumped all in the inbox, dog.
This is what I'm gonna do, man. Because again, we opened a lot of boxes tonight. We started kind of pigeonhole, but we have covered a lot of things. That's why I love y'all on this panel right now because you have real things to contribute to people. We spend a lot of time, or a lot of people spend a lot of time talking about a bunch of shit that
Jay, I
don't
know
matter.
you're trying to wrap it up, bro. Listen,
Okay.
listen, real quick. You got to come back to something that Alicia was talking about, bro. It's a whole nother show, but you got to talk about it because she was talking about her daughter being in. I think you said the second year law school, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
And her boyfriend ain't big quite out yet. What? Right? That's
Hmm.
a whole nother. You see what I'm
Don't worry.
saying?
Hey,
Yeah,
we'll do
bro.
that Friday.
Y'all. Okay, hey, y'all
No,
got
we're
to
gonna
come
do
back
that
and
Friday.
revisit that one. I'm
We're
just
gonna
saying,
do it
bro. Okay,
Friday.
my bad.
No, no,
We're gonna do it Friday.
ain't no, my bad.
I got football Friday.
Well,
Again,
that's good. We ain't got to worry about your light skinned response.
I'm
You
gonna
know
go
what?
ahead.
You're not
I'm
gonna
gonna
talk
be in.
about the light
I'm
skinned
gonna get
it
the.
because
I'm gonna catch the
don't let.
replay. Nah,
I'm about to
nah.
say, don't let the dim light in here fool you, because I'm about like
Okay.
2 shades right around
She
there
is
with her. Don't talk about the
and
light.
is.
Why the
And
internet
proud of it.
start working
All the
for a
colors
second?
that's up in here.
I'm gonna let y'all all.
It's all joke.
No,
It's all
I'm gonna
joke.
let everybody sum up the totality of the conversation that we had tonight. Alicia jumped in first, so we're gonna start with her. This is your final thought on the show tonight, from your perspective.
Thanks. So, the main thing that I want the world to know right now is like, don't be fooled by this social media viral, loud and demanding images of what dating is now. I'm not even just going to put it on women because we've seen some examples with men as well.
Indeed.
Um, like, don't let don't let the media, don't let the masses feed you. You control what you eat every day. Feed yourself good things. Just get the balance in. Know who you are every day when you step out the door, and like give reality a chance because we need to turn this thing around. I'm tired of being approached with stupidity, and eventually I just need to see us do better, man. I need to see us do better. So yeah, require great things of yourself first before you require the world from everybody else. That's it.
Mm, that's how you do that thing. I'm gonna go
She
with
sound like the end of a Marvel movie.
Don't you know? All inspirational and everything. Yes, sis.
Yeah.
That's my sister right there that said that. That's my sister right there that said that.
let's
Thank
go,
you.
Miss Kendra. What's your final synopsis?
Dang. It's a lot. Um, kind of piggybacking off of Alicia. I have been in a situation where I have been single for about 4 or 5 years, but I've been dating myself. So before anybody can get to a point that they can figure out what they want from somebody else, they need to figure out what they want for themselves first. Like what was said earlier, you could sit here all day long, and you can, when it comes to your children, you could teach your children what to do, what not to do. Give them examples. They're gonna make their own decisions. But if you lead by example in front of them, they're gonna come back. It's like building a foundation, or as the Bible says, you lead a child in the way they should go, and when
Mm-hmm.
they're older, they won't depart. They may
Mm,
stray from it a little bit, but they won't depart from it. They're gonna come back to it. They're gonna
mm.
come back to it. So, you know, and we do that too. We go back to the morals that that we grew up on. We had our moments where we wowed out, but we go back to it. But I mean, main thing is, before you can figure out what you want from somebody else, figure out what you want for yourself.
In a real
Figure
way.
out what you want for yourself in a real way. I
Kendra,
mean, really, huh?
Kendra. Somebody want to tell you
What's
get some
up?
oyster with hot sauce. They say
I
everybody
know,
be
right?
quiet for Kendra.
Kendra talking, y'all. Be quiet.
Well, he tried.
And
Somebody
if
want to tell you
y'all
get
knew,
oysters and hot sauce.
look,
My
if
man.
y'all knew half of what Kendra done been through over here,
And she's still standing. Standing
Indeed.
strong.
girl, I ain't gonna stop.
Do it, girl. Do it.
About to start another
Do
business,
it.
so it's gonna do what it's gonna do.
Hey, speaking of which, you bonded and everything to do commercial jobs.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I need to talk to somebody and I'll
Kendra
hit
gonna
you up.
press wash your house and do taxes at the same time and say you a
I can
teacher.
do look. I can do your interior, your exterior. I got the handyman. I can do your taxes at the same time, and
You talking about
get your appliances
Bro, I
delivered
think she
too.
might
Come
be
on.
she might be Jamaican, dog, because she got about 5 jobs.
Oh, it's
I'm
more than five.
Cuban.
Hey, but do you do cleaning though? You do commercial cleaning? Like inside?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, please check out these people individually on Facebook, because again, I don't know that Alicia's super friendly, but she always got a good word, and
exactly?
I don't know
Exactly.
that, you know what I'm saying. You see, Miss Kendra got everything going on. I'm about to defer to my man C Hess of Motivated Minds on
Kendrick,
YouTube. He got a lot of dope content. He is here for the community. He is here to help us raise this next generation. And I'm gonna let him give his piece.
You know what? Hey, Alicia kind of jumped on kind of something I was gonna say, but what I was gonna say, man, is this: we can't get caught up in this whole entertainment and the lives of the celebrities because to me, it's not reality. You know what I'm saying? And we was talking about pretty much Jada and Will, and we got to remember we can't get caught up in their lives because we really don't know what's going on, and we don't have Jada and Will money. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we was talking about how basically she's emasculating from what we see, you know, her husband, even though they separated. You know what I mean? Ladies, I'm trying to tell you, you do this to a man, you're gonna find yourself single. Right?
Okay.
We gotta stop listening to what they're putting out in the media about the celebrities and vice versa. You know, fellas, if we listen to some of what these guys is talking about on the internet, and there's some truth on all sides, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna find yourself by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta live your life. We ain't damn these celebrities, man. We gotta just live our life the way we know how to live it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure. I appreciate you, Hess. Let's go ahead and close out the show, Carolina.
all right, two things real quick. Fucking ain't the answer, and money ain't the answer.
That's real.
Fucking ain't the
That's
answer,
it right there.
and money ain't the answer.
Never.
So dudes gonna think you gonna fuck the shit out of somebody, and that's gonna be the answer. It ain't. Women, you think you gonna find a dude with money, and that's the answer? It ain't. But I want to appreciate everybody that come on this. Kendra, go back to our early episode. Me and Kendra go way back to the green and silver. Appreciate her coming on. Kendra's supposed to come on several other times to be real professional. She didn't, for obvious reasons. She didn't. Alicia, same thing. Go back to the green and silver. But she one of our big supporters. I appreciate you, Alicia, for as much as you promote us discreetly. Like, it ain't bad because I'm a discreet person. Like, you tell people, hey, or you tell us, you post to us in response of, y'all got something. I totally appreciate it. Kendra, you've always said it. We just ain't had you back on the show. We was supposed to a couple times, but he didn't. C has same
It's
thing
all right.
like you. Yeah, C has same thing like me and you talk off cam and you promote us and you talk highly about us whenever you get a chance, whenever cameras turn on your podcast or somebody else's podcast you on, when that light go on, you give us credit. So I totally appreciate these four individuals. We got four individual answers on a global topic. Like, a lot of podcasts ain't gonna do that. Me and my brother could have did this whole episode with just our points of views, our thoughts, or whatever. But we are very unscripted. And I hate using the word unscripted, where I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to put the link out. I want everybody to come in this bitch. The only person that did come in was Shavon. Shavon caught it at the end, Kendra.
I'm gonna call myself in a little bit too.
Yeah, she wanted to come on. But we appreciate everybody. My brother, I appreciate my brother, man. Me and my brother ain't never did shit for each other. But we did this podcast for each other. And we got nominated 4 times this year for the Podcast Award. We won 1. So, you know, shout out to him. Shout out to me. Shout out to mom and dad. Because they probably didn't think that shit gonna work. But it worked. We live every Wednesday and we do either Friday or Saturday. So Friday's gonna be a show like tonight. If y'all catch us Friday night, at least you already say you at the game. Hope Irma lose. Hope your son do a good job. Irma lose.
Nope. Not happening.
It's gonna be like the same thing. So if y'all chime in, we might just bring y'all back in. It's gonna be on the it's gonna be on the flow of the episode, man. We're trying to evolve and be better. That's it.
Yeah, man. Again, man, very much giving everybody on this panel love, everybody that tuned in to watch this love. If you watch it later, you know, what I appreciate most about what me and my brother do here is it comes back to community. We do a lot of laughing. We do a lot of joking. We be on a bunch of different tangents, but ultimately we here because we have something to contribute to the people and we want to share this space with the people, man. and we want to be grounded in a place. The more we all said dope stuff, we all have taglines from the show. C heads though, I want to point out that whole taking in the social media, taking in what the media in general has for us. These are small pockets. You know what I'm saying? We are not all one thing. They take screenshots and TikToks and these 30-second clips, and they try to lump all of us into one space. And the majority of us, since the beginning, have been positive, supportive, and have contributed to their community. And we can't forget that. I thank y'all for tuning in. I always say the most valuable commodity is not money, it is time. I thank y'all for y'all time. I thank the watchers for their time. Like it, share it, subscribe. And until the next time, everybody be easy, man. We gone.
Share this shit.